Okay. So our topic of discussion is on wireless HART protocol. We are mainly focusing on architecture and its implementation in real-time application. So before we get started, what is wireless HART communication? Wireless HART is wireless sensor network technology based on the highway addressable remote transducer protocol. HART protocol means that the digital signal overlap with the analog signal. The analog signal carries 4 to 20 milliampere through current loop data transmission over a single pair of wires. For each current loop sensor, which can drive over 10 to 12 sensors at a time. And also, the protocol has the ability for two-way communication. So it is developed as a multi-vendor interoperable wireless standard. Multi-vendor means that the network can be interfaced with different vendors. For example, field device manufactured by Modicon Schneider can be interfaced with hard communicator of different manufacturer, let's say ABP. Next is the protocol supports operation in the 2.4 GHz ISM band using IEEE 802.15.4. This IEEE protocol is adopted as the physical layer along with its own time synchronized MAC layer, which takes care of strict timing requirements. So it has an advantage of it takes care of strict timing requirements, which is preferred, which itself is preferred over other protocol. And why it is preferred over other protocol is mainly the protocol utilizes as time synchronized self-organized, meaning that the messages can be routed around interferences and obstacles and self-healing architecture, which is explained in detail in later slides. In other protocols such as Bluetooth or Zigbee, it could not meet the strict timing requirements needed for industrial application. We just have seen that. It maintains a network manager which is responsible for communication scheduling. Then next is scalability. Millions of hard devices are operating throughout the world. Wireless HART is integrated with legacy HART using wireless HART integrator for secure and scalable industrial operation.
Am I audible? So coming to wireless HART architecture, I'm gonna give a brief explanation on the protocol stack of wireless HART. So this includes 5 layers, namely physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, and application layer. In addition to these 5 layers, we also have a central network manager which manages routing and also communication schedules. So physical layer, which is our first layer, it defines radio characteristics such as signaling method, signal strength, and device sensitivity. Wireless HART operates in 2400 to 2483.5 MHz license-free ISM band with a data rate up to 250 kilobits per second. Next comes the data link layer. So one of the distinct features of wireless HART is its time synchronized data link layer. It defines a strict 10 millisecond time slot and utilizes TDMA technology for collision-free and deterministic communication. One of the concept which was introduced is super frame, which means a sequence of consecutive time slots were grouped and called super frame. And these super frames are periodical in the sense that each super frame repeats itself along the time based on its period. And another concept which was introduced is channel blacklisting for better channel usage. So in this case, all the channels which are affected by consistent interferences could be put in a blacklist so that a network administrator can disable those channels in the blacklist. Next comes the network layer and transport layer. Both of these layers together constitute and ensure secure and reliable end-to-end communication of network devices. So if we consider a typical wireless HUD network, we can see four basic elements, namely, first is field devices, which is attached to plant processor. Then handheld, which is a portable wireless HUD enabled computer, which can configure devices. And next is gateway, which can connect the host application with the field devices. And the last one, network manager, which manages communication and also configures the network. So in this figure, you can see field devices connected, handheld connected, gateway devices, and finally host application. So you can see it is a mesh network. So in order to support mesh communication, each device should be capable to forward packets on behalf of other devices. So routing protocols were defined. So two different routing protocols are defined, source routing and graph routing. Then comes the application layer, which is the topmost layer. In wireless HART protocol, communication between devices and gateways are based on commands and responses. So this layer is responsible for extracting command from messages, executing those commands, and also generating response.
So in this slide, we'll mainly focus on how a wireless HART network or a wireless HART sense field devices which are connected works. So these are all the field devices. These field devices are the one which does the sensing and the actuating part. These field devices are then connected to an access point. These access points connects us several field devices, which are then in turn connected to the host computer through a gateway network, which provides a network or a path for the host application or the controller, process automation controller to access the data from the sensing devices. This network manager provides the network or configures the network between the field devices and the host application. Furthermore, it also helps in remote accessing the field devices or getting the data from the field devices. This network manager is what is responsible for the security of the device which are connected in this plant. This security manager provides a 128-bit encryption key every time when this host controller tries to access any of these field devices. Then comes the wireless HART integrator, or the newest form of integration of legacy HART devices with the wireless HART devices. So when we saw in the previous slide, the gateway network connects the field devices, but this forms a mesh-like topology, which is difficult or which makes it cumbersome. Whereas here, this wireless HART integrator directly connects to a HART master through a wired connection, and this wireless HART master is then connected to HART slips. These HART slips are nothing but the field devices or the actuators. So the wireless HART master or the HART master can be anything like an IO system or a field controller which controls all these HART slips. So this wireless HART integrator or WHI is directly connected to HART master. So the mesh-like topology which we see in this gateway network is reduced, and even more it has the further advantage, such as the gateway network which is connected in this slide is can maximum connect 32 slaves at one time, whereas the WHI or wireless HART integrator, which is connected to HART master, can connect n number of slaves according to the future scalability or the future needs of the plant when and all it is needed. So it increases the efficiency of the plant and also the future scalability of the plant. Now comes to the routing protocol. How does the network manager provides a route towards the field from the field devices towards the host computer? So the first one is graph routing. So graph routings are these graphs are mainly the paths which connect the field and the host device wirelessly. So these network paths are created by network managers, and then this network manager tells every device to or every field device to download this path. So when a packet is sent from source to destination or destination to source, that is field or host device, the this packet is this graph or this route is pre-configured, which was previously pre-configured in every slave device or every network device. Will carry this information to the pre-configured path, which was decided initially at the beginning of the process or the routing. Then comes the source routing. This source routing is actually a supplement of the graph routing, so which used mainly used for network diagnosis. So when the network is formed or when a data packet is sent, it this data packet in source routing carries an additional information about the next half device or the next two or multi hop devices which reach the destination, so that it becomes easy for the data packet to directly route to the neighboring device, which in turn will route to source destination.
Implementation in real-time application. Wireless HART protocol is implemented in SCADA application. So what happens is the HART sensor is connected to PLC analog input card. The data in the sensor remotely accessed using the HART communication protocol but from the PLC programming software. Configuration, retrieval of data, diagnostic and calibration of data can be done from a control room or other location where the HART data is accessible. Data collected from the control valves and temperature monitoring system must be requested by the master node, which is in this case PLC or an RTU, which controls all conversation on the loop. Each message from the master includes a request type such as send measurement value, node number of the sensor, the message it is intended for, and any data that needs to be transmitted to the sensor. The sensor data then can be accessed wherever the opportunity exists to connect the handheld device in parallel to the loop wires called the HART communicators. So if a sensor is an inaccessible in an inaccessible or in an SADAS area, configuration or maintenance of the sensor would be difficult. So the master node is typically connected to the PLCs where the analog input card is wired, which is in turn connected to the RTU, and thumb adapter also connected to it, which transmits the information wirelessly to the gateway node, and which is in turn connected to the SCADA computers, acts as an operating station. So the SCADA computer is the central point at where everything will get culminated. Using the tag names associated with each device, such as control valves, the set of parameters can be known, which is then using SCADA tool control operation. It can be managed. Once after collecting the data, the abnormality condition when the actuator fails or the temperature reaches beyond certain limit can be sensed, and an alarm can be turned on or turned off accordingly. It overcame many drawbacks that were initially faced by SCADA systems. Before the advent of wireless HART protocols, SCADA faced several drawbacks, such as the plant personnel had to monitor and control industrial process via selector switches, push buttons, and dial for analog signals. Analog signals is where the measurements are being recorded. So, in the lowest level of the pyramid, a Modbus RTU protocol is being employed here.
So let me conclude the whole discussion about wireless HART. Before the release of wireless HART, there were some available standards in office and manufacturing automation, such as Zigbee and Bluetooth. But both of this technology could not meet the timing requirements of industrial control. That is, there wasn't any guarantee on end-to-end communication delay. Also, this industries are harsher in terms of interference and obstacles. So in that case also, they both fail. This wireless HART protocol is different from other protocols because of some distinct features, namely time synchronized NAT layer, channel hopping, channel blacklisting, etc. When we implement wireless HART, we face so many challenges, particularly in timer design, synchronization, and security. So in our case study, we have compared wireless HART versus ISA 100, where we inferred that even though ISA 100 is more flexible, wireless HART is sometimes preferred over ISA 100 because of its easy installation and interoperability. Possibility of interconnecting HART and wireless HART networks has also been explored. Though the possibility extends to the use of gateways, adapters, and WHI, that is wireless HART integrator. This integrator is a more secure alternative to the gateway and also a replacement for adapters in case we have to connect some multiple HART devices to wireless HART network. So these are some of the relevant conclusions that we have drawn from our study on wireless HART.